Hey YouTube, it's Coach Dragonmar here and welcome to a new video. In today's video, we'll be taking a look at a Plat 1 Cypher, and in a game that she deemed to be a pretty good game for her, we're going to take a look and see if we can find a thing or two that she might have done wrong. And spoiler alert, there's probably more than a thing or two. Now, in some exciting personal news, if you take a look at the webcam, I got married. And if you're wondering where I've been, that's where I've been. So took a little bit of time off for that. And thank you again for everyone who reached out and said congratulations. I really do appreciate it. Now, with that being said, I am back to YouTube and more importantly, back to coaching as of December 1st. So by the time you guys see this video, I'm fully back into coaching. Now, if you guys are interested for the month of January and a little bit of December as well, I am looking for about 5 to 8 students interested in long-term coaching, which is my weekly coaching sessions. If you guys are interested in that, please reach out through the DMs or schedule a free consultation on Medify. And I also wanted to announce that I have dropped all of my coaching prices to make coaching even more affordable, and you can use the discount code on the screen for an additional 10% off. Happy to be back coaching, and I hope to see you guys soon. That being said, let's get into the video. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump into the first round here. Playing up in tower there, using the Cypher setup to kind of bait that jet into it. That was a really good play. I mean, that's exactly what you want to see with Cypher. Now, right here, there's mistakes being made, okay? And I hope everyone at home can tell what they are, but if you can't, that's why I'm here. So let's rewind that. All right, so in a situation like this where you can tell that the enemy team is coming, you can see them spotted on the mini map there. By the way, blow up this mini map, make it a little bit bigger for yourself. This is where you need to communicate. You should be communicating with your jet to figure out how you want to attack this or what the plan is to swing this, right? You need to be making comms here. So I think that is the first mistake we're seeing. There needs to be some communication. We have 3 players spotted currently. Running out of your, cage is kind of a low probability play because chances are they're watching it, especially because your jet was dead, which means now they can turn their attention to where you are and they've already heard you shoot up there. Your location is known. This isn't a great play from you. Started off well with the utility, but kind of failed on the follow-up there. So that's what I would have done differently on this round. Has to be some more comms. Want to either swing that together or tell jet to back up and just take control of tower there. Hey guys, quick interruption on the video. Really quick, I wanted to let you know that I will be giving away a free coaching session courtesy of one of my students who's going to be going away for a bit. If you guys are interested in taking this coaching session, all you have to do is leave a like on the video and comment. And in that comment, just include your Discord tag so I can reach out to get you that free coaching session. I'll be choosing a winner in roughly 1 week. All right, back to the video. So in the second round, there's not really gonna be too much for you to do, but I do want to look over this push right here back into the sort of A main area through sand. When you are pushing through this, remember, you have to clear multiple positions. So when you come through like this, notice how you're almost looking to your right and then you instantly transition to your left. The player was to your right. So here's what I would do if I was you. I would walk up differently here. I would go to this right wall. I would look and clear close left first, make close left my first priority, and then strafe into my peaks to my left and clear out where that brimstone would be. So this is the improper sort of peeking technique. This can get you into a lot of trouble. And like right there, for example, I mean, that brim had the upper hand on you. Crosshair placement also a little bit low. All right, so round 3 here, you guys do a good job picking up that or that eco round, I should say. Gonna be holding here, get the first kill onto the jet, and your crosshair placement really carries you here on the second kill. I just want to illustrate this, whether you did this on purpose or not. This is why you see me and so many coaches talking about how important crosshair placement is, because when you watch this back right now, you're gonna see the crosshair just kind of goes straight to where that Sova's head was. That's a free kill, right? So moving away from Canteen here over to Jen. This is where I have a problem with this round. You need to first of all communicate your health. You have no health, your teammates have full health. I'd like to see you try to be more of a bait here. I'd also like to see you use 1 cage to cover off this angle here to your right. I'd also like to see you use the camera that you recalled as well. But when we wash through this, none of that gets used. No comms from you. You're not gonna be able to finish the kill either. So that was not good. You have to use your abilities. If you guys are playing agents that have abilities, you need to make sure you're using them on retake. Otherwise, what is the point of what you're doing? That was also a great example of, should I go first In this case, yes, with low health there, use your abilities first, get those out, get the value, and then push in for that retake and kind of be the bait for your full health teammate. All right, we're gonna skip ahead a little bit here, come into this 3v3 on round 6. You're gonna catch this Sova sleeping. That's a nice play here. Now, this push though is a little risky. The reason for that is you're separating from your teammates. Now, if you don't know where the enemy team is, that play is super risky. However, if you know that there is going to be maybe one drop, for example, and you can safely assume there's no one with the Sova, then I guess the push makes a little more sense. The problem here is I don't think we had full info on that. So be very careful with your pushes. Getting that one kill, getting spiked down, and then backing away would have been just fine. But let's see how you win this 1v1 here, or what you do in this 1v1. So we've got the new Cypher ult. Ooh, and it really helps you there. The enemy chamber went too fast. If you guys watch this back, this is just a bad play from their chamber. You hold here. You're a little bit wide, so this is good. This is a bit of an off angle like we talk about a lot. You got the off angle going on. Cypher is going to come around, and honestly, you saw him first, but pretty poor timing from that chamber, excuse me. I don't really like that from him there. And a nice headshot nonetheless. So a good job there. A nice recovery, winning that what was a 2v1 into the 1v1. Good clutch. All right, so of course we got the classic start A, rotate B, my team is dead. Welcome to the life of a Sentinel. And here you're just gonna push through a smoke solo. In these type of situations, you may want to go for exits. It's a 2v5. You've got some guns to work with. Maybe try to take some away from them since you guys have been winning. Don't throw your life away. If anything, I would have tried to play off your teammate there, because if we go back to what you did, walk through a smoke. I mean, that's a pretty low probability play again, so not great from you there. I'm going to try to pair up with my teammate or play for exits in this round. Well, guys, would you look at that? We go into round 8, and again, we're playing retake on B. Let's see how the retake looks. You're just going to be kind of wide swinging. We have multiple enemies spotted, and everyone's going to get killed all at once. Now, you have cages, right? This is where your cages need to come in. Try to communicate with your team and say, hey, I can maybe block this line of sight, or let's switch over to canteen. I can cage us closer. What you can't let happen is you can't just let your team die one by one to the enemies. There needs to be some teamwork here. And if we look at these kills, if we look at how your team positions for this retake, you've got Breach up in tower alone. We have 3 players spotted on site. This is a 4v5. There's some chances to work together here. Okay, kind of an interesting camera from you there. Teammate, there's the Breach dead. Couldn't wait for his Raze. Raze dies after. Chamber dies. Everyone's dying one by one, right? So in these situations, guys, if you can, try to make a calm for your team to do something. Try to organize people, because then that was a little bit too easy for the enemy team, in my opinion. You want to make these anti-eco rounds a little bit harder for them. So let's take a look here. So we've got this setup. As we can see, we've got camera up top, double cage in front with, or excuse me, now we're in a double cage, and we've got a trip down as well. So a big setup, a lot invested over here. We saw a lot of guys coming. We'll see what happens. Okay, so you're gonna get the first kill, and you're essentially just gonna abuse phantom movement there to kill this chamber. Poor guy went for a crouch spray on you. My Siri just activated. Please stop listening to me. And overall, you did a pretty good job here to get 2 kills. In this situation, I think you did pretty much the best you could. Just remember, by playing a spot like this, you put yourself in a lot of trouble. So what you can ask is, or what you say is, I need help, or you need someone to play with you. You're a little bit alone here. I don't know if you realize this, but if this enemy team was able to separate you somehow, and again, maybe with brim smokes or some type of brim smokes and better control, they might have had a really good opportunity here to essentially just isolate you, to wait out your cages and then just go for this double swing together. But watch what the enemy team does here. 1 by 1. And chamber jumps as well, which doesn't help. Good job by you nonetheless, though. Might want to see you ask for a little more support, or communicate your plan to your team about what you're trying to do. You say, I'm gonna stay here. Someone trade me, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're moving into this round. This is the next round. It was kind of a late start almost, just not really much going on early, and it ends up coming into this kind of 2v2 with spike down. She was a 3v2. So what I'm curious about here is, why are we getting so aggressive, right? This is, I think, where a lot of games are lost, right? When you have a situation under control, you have spike down, one entrance to kind of get this spike, and I think they know both players are here, but instead, Breach gonna stun. He's gonna start peeking. No trade. kill comes in a bit late, and the enemy jet is there to trade out her teammate. There's no reason to push this. You guys didn't have to do this. Again, you got to use your comms. You got to tell him to stop. Let's just wait, play back, play for the spike. You don't have to get aggressive there. All right, so a big tip for all you guys playing Fracture: if Brimstone has an ult, don't play on A site. Now, in this situation, you're in the corner, so you're safe. You get a great shot here on the Sage. I would be very sad if I was that Sage. Not gonna lie, that's an uninstall, but they're just gonna get swung. So listen, if you guys see that Brimstone with ult, just play off a site. Don't even give him that option. All right, so you're saying that they're overheating here, and I think they did a little bit. Now we're in a 2v3. Let's see what you're gonna do. You're gonna use your ult. So first of all, make sure you're calming that you have ult. You're gonna use it. Your chamber just kind of swings out here after getting a kill. You unfortunately have the hat in your hand, so you can't actually swing this properly to trade this, and you're just gonna die. So again, sure, your team was overheating. They maybe threw their life away early into this round, but the bigger problem here is, again, you have an ult. You also have a cage. You can throw this cage here as well, and then use your ult inside of that cage. Give yourself some cover to work with, so you're not so exposed. Teammate dies, you gotta calm more, right? That's the big thing I'm seeing right now, is the lack of comms. Right here, hey, I'm gonna ult this, hold on, don't peek, wait a second, something. A disappointing end to the half, I would say. Definitely could have done better throughout this half. All right, so let's get into the pistol round here, and we're gonna see something I don't love. Okay, now if you look over on A right now, everybody, get your eyes in the top left corner, you're going to see players pushed up through sand. You're gonna see people starting to get into the defensive spawn. The problem here is we're split. This should be an A hit, okay? Spike is towards A. This should be an A hit, but you got a chamber, and now you, as the Cypher, are across the map. Your team is going to challenge 3 guys towards spawn. You're going to make noise on the ropes. You're going to get a nice kill there on the Sova, though. Kind of recover there a bit. Don't think that cage was necessary. Yeah, but hey, you guys are gonna recover and you're gonna win this. The problem here that I have is, why are we playing like this, right? Why are we so split up? Let's just take this to A site and have one guy, or maybe even have the chamber come with and come drop or something. Like, if you guys want to play this aggressive, let's go fast onto A and overwhelm them. When I see these type of plays on pistol, the first thing that comes in my mind is they're overcomplicating it. You're making things too hard. This is Plat. We don't have to do these crazy split strats where everyone's going in a different direction. We're trying to collapse on the enemy team in their spawn. It's not worth it. Just stick together, higher chance of success. Now, thankfully, you made this work and you hit a nice headshot on the Sova, but I still, believe what I'm saying. Don't overcomplicate things too much. All right, so we are pretty far behind the play here. I know you started off on the other side for your trip, but you got to get this stuff down faster because you were not even a part of this attack. Now you're taking pretty long range duels against a chamber when you have a Specter. Be very careful with that. Not something I would ever recommend. I would also say that clearing canteen is always the priority there. I know you're trying to place your camera down, but you really want to clear that close angle. Make sure somehow no one snuck over there. Whenever you guys are taking A, make sure you're clearing these close positions. Don't forget about canteen. A lot of guys will sneak their way in there, sit in one of the corners, and then just catch your team as they run in. Kind of helpless. But aside from that, I'd say what I'd like to see in this round is just be a little bit closer to the play. Didn't really feel like you were involved in the first part of that attack. Oh, not a good fight here from you at all. Now in this situation, the problem is your crosshair comes down so fast you don't even get close to hitting a headshot here. And unfortunately, if you look at what our Brim did to you, 2 headshots. Whether those were skill or not, it doesn't matter. It's very important that no matter the gun you're using, you need to go for headshots. Specter is great up close, but you still want to go for those headshots. So here what I would do is I'd pull the crosshair up and I would strafe probably to one side and just keep that momentum going and see if this guy can track me. And I would gamble that he can't track you on that type of movement. But by cutting kind of back here, you almost stall yourself out when you get hit with the classic. It slows that momentum, and from there you're just dead. All right, so this round is pretty crazy. We're gonna have a 5-man hit on A. You're gonna throw the camera in a useless spot, in my opinion. I'm gonna be completely honest. You don't need to use the camera right there. It's a waste of your time and utility. Would have preferred to see you put a little more pressure on that Raptor's position, which does end up getting them a kill. You could have caged that as well. You're gonna come back, plant spike on the corner. You're gonna cage it. Looks like that Raptors position gets another kill. They're going to stack up with your teammate. Camera will get a little bit of value there, but again, we knew he was up there already, so that camera doesn't get us that much. What I might do is hold that camera for later on and then use that to tag someone as they come in. I would be placing your cage down right now since you are a sitting duck for a 2v1 swing. Your teammate also, this is a big misplay, I believe, from Breach here. Let's watch this one more time. Yeah, he just gets spotted in swings. You guys have to play together here, right? Everyone watching this should know this is a massive mistake. You're in a 2v2. This is totally winnable. You have a cage. Play together, right? Peeks on his own, dies. There's the one swing. I quite literally don't know what you just did or why. I'm going to be completely honest with you here, Alex. I don't understand this. You get one kill here again. Crosshair placement's a little bit low. You're going to notice nowhere near the head. You're actually shooting him in a spot that I don't wish upon anyone. But you're going to run out here and grab a gun like that? No, can't do that. Let's check the ammo here. Let's see. Oh, you are totally fine, my friend. You have 15 bullets in there. No reason for this. Throw the cage down. Delay time. Play off of your ult potentially. You should never run out of cover like this. This is very, very poor awareness from you. Actually, one of the biggest mistakes I think I've seen so far, just because if this chamber is ready, you should be dead. So huge misplay from this chamber. And by the way, do we know why they lost this? I think you can guess, right? Because they didn't play together. What a terrible play from the defenders here. All right, so we've got another round where we're going to be starting off solo arcade. There's a smoke down, camera up above, which is going to give info away potentially if someone can hear this. And then once again, you're going to die walking through a smoke, which seems to be a tendency from you. As you're going to note, when you walk through, you're quite literally staring at nothing. So that's not great to begin with. You got the Sova on screen, crosshair nowhere close. He's going to be watching the smoke push, gets the crosshair on you first, and gets the kill. So I don't like this play from you. I feel like it's a little too telegraphed. You're walking through a smoke, just delay. Wait, let the Brimstone use his 20-second smoke instantly. Wait it out, and then make your play. Communicate that to your team. Bad play by you. You're trying to force things you don't need to force without the proper help. All right, so let's watch the post play here on round 17. We've got ult, so if someone does walk close, it could be worth it to use the ult. The problem is the classic blunder. No one is holding the flank. In this case, it's the A main flank. And I believe the problem here is that this jet was able to get over the trips. I believe I heard an updraft right there. I'm trying to listen for the updraft, but my volume is not that loud on this. The problem here, it's just a smart play from this jet, and she's going to take huge advantage of that. So a slight misplay. You might want to adjust where you place the trips, or remember who you're playing against, right? Playing a Raze, playing an Omen, playing a Jet, anyone with movement. You always got to think a little bit harder about that trip placement. Make sure it's really making sense. All right, so it's a 1-for-1 trade here so far. Jet's able to get the opening pick, I believe, on both sides, and then Jet dies, I think. Regardless, here we go. So we're gonna go the double cage to get onto the site. Not a good first cage. The swing here, this is poor from you, okay? There needs to be a teammate with you. This needs to be communicated. Let's check for comms in the bottom left. We need comms that we're pushing. There's something, but no one's there with you. No one's ready to swing this. Also, the swing here is poor. First thing you peek, guys, everyone should know this. You're going to look up top. You're going to look up here into tower, right? Tower is your first spot. You can safely peek that from the stairs for the most part. Then you're going to swing left into this, kind of default position. The problem here is, again, we're low. We're shooting legs. We're shooting kneecaps. It's never going to work, okay? We needed some aggression there. That was fine, but that is not how you do it. It needs to be comms, and we need to clear properly, okay? Crosshair placement has been low throughout this, and you're not slicing the pie properly either. All right, so we're gonna skip over a couple rounds here, moving around 21. Let's take a look at this split A site here. We're gonna get the opening kill here, and then right after that, Jet is gonna dash in. Now, you are using utility out in the open, which again, this is a big red flag. I gotta be very careful of this. If someone swings you from the rope or is up on rafters somehow in that position, you're dead. On top of that, your Jet is playing pretty fast, but you don't have to, because if you guys have watched my videos before, you know what I'm gonna say here. Your teammates in A main are not in position to take this site. You have to wait for them on this split push. You're getting separated here a little bit too fast. Your Jet take this fight before you can help. You jump down solo, which was a little bit risky. That could have been very bad. If you die there, that player in sight has a very good chance of potentially winning this round for the enemy team. So it's very fortunate you won that fight. And also, again, if we take a look at how you're taking your fights, let's watch this one more time. Jump down, crosshair placement low. Doesn't even get close to the head there. You're going to ult after that. We'll skip forward here a little bit. Spike down. It is a 4v2. Players watching flank. You're kind of doubled up here on site. This should be a round win. But remember, when you guys split A, do it at the same time. Stall if you can't do it at the same time. Let your teammates clear up first. And just because a teammate is like dashing into sight, I always tell people to play off of their teammates. But if a teammate has a movement ability that you can't replicate, that is your excuse to not go with them and just die right there. That could have been very, very bad if they had more help on A, which thankfully they didn't. All right, so this is a very important round. This is round 22. I mean, this is a chance to kind of win this game or give yourself a chance to win it. We're going to spot Sova and watch. Tunnel vision. In my opinion, this is tunnel vision, right? Because we're kind of solo, kind of pushing A main. We have Spike. We have cages available. We see the Sova get the kill on Jet, and we're just going to kind of run it in, making noise. Fight is not clear, though, right? That to me is tunnel vision, and you're dead for it. So we're going to see what I've been seeing a lot in this game, which is kind of like teammates pushing in before we're in position to help or anywhere even close. I believe this is, you were set up on the other side of the map at first. So you're a little bit delayed on your plays here. And we're actually going to see you die here because of utility usage. You're not able to get this cage down fast enough. This cage usually goes down before you start taking your fights with drop, right? I mean, this cage is already late to begin with. You're late to begin with, and because you're behind, your team is dying, no trades. This is just all falling apart here. And it's because we're starting to get a little bit sloppy, right? A big problem you've had so far in this is your timing has been off. Unfortunately, you can't really make up this last round. I'm going to quickly rewind this for you guys just so you can see. This is potentially the final round of regulation. You're going to watch this. Chamber dies first. Jet dashes in to site solo off of the Razor. You're too far behind to do anything, so you get stuck. And then both of your teammates are going to die shortly after this. I believe 1-2 a flanker as well. So you quite literally were in no position to really help anyone there. The team is so disorganized that you guys don't even have a chance in the final round of the half after an early death as well. So, you know, to me, in the way I'm watching this, what I'm seeing from it is that on the attack side, you guys really struggled with structure, teamwork, and timing, right? You were in one position, then you'd rotate across the map on the ropes, and by the time you're there, your team is already pushing into a site. Or when you should be splitting a site together, you're going in one by one. It was a lack of teamwork that really lost you this game. All right, guys, and really quick to summarize, I know you guys can't really see it, but we went 16, 15, and 8 here as a Plat 1 in a what was relatively a high gold lobby. Now, the problems in this game, this is a game, Alex, you said to me, you felt you played pretty well. But if you watch back everything I said, I think there was a lot of mistakes. A lot of these mistakes are coming from a lack of teamwork, right? Not enough communication, you know, not enough coordination with your team. Misplays on a lot of timing as well. You're falling behind your team too often on Cypher, which happens because Cypher is a very slow agent. On attack, I want you to try to pick up the pace a little more and be closer to teammates on these hits. There wasn't really much opportunity for you to lurk here. And again, lurking is not a playstyle I recommend very often. And because of that, that might be something you're used to potentially. You didn't do it here at all, right? And you were just behind your team the whole time. Timing is massive. And what this resulted in was a lack of trade. So what ended up happening a lot is a lack of first bloods being traded out that went to the enemy team, right? The enemy team get a first blood, whatever. As long as you trade it out, remember, trades generally favor the attackers. I think you guys really messed up here on attack, not getting those trades in. I will also say utility usage wasn't the best. Camera placement kind of struck me as like I don't really feel like you're thinking through this very much. Remember, cameras should be placed high, kind of out of the way so people can't see them super easily. You should be getting frequent tags with the cameras on defense as well. Don't just use them to see stuff, right? Seeing is good, but if they instantly get shot, that's not that great. You want tags with those cameras. Aside from that, crosshair placement obviously needs to be worked on as well. It was way too low throughout this. Your peaks as well, you got to work on slicing the pie, taking one fight at a time, adjusting this to the next angle. Don't over peak. And a big thing here is don't rush. Play off of teammates, play with teammates. If you're going to go for something aggressive, communicate that and make sure someone is there to trade you. Trading is the name of the game when you're playing a Sentinel, and you in this game just played a little bit too far away from your team, and then again you separated from your team and played too fast at the wrong times as well. So we really messed up there with the tempo and the timing. That is probably the biggest takeaway from this VOD review. And guys, that's where we're going to end the video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Remember, check me out at medify.gg/@Dragonmar. And by the way, after your first coaching session, if you leave a testimonial and they can be written now, you actually also get a huge discount, 25% off on your next session as well. Take advantage of that. If you haven't coached with me yet, hope to see you guys there soon, and hope to keep making more videos shortly.